Gardner.
I'm Ducati Joe.
I'm Nabiha Khan.
I'm Grace Calloway.
I'm Cameron Maxwell.
I'm Brandon Wazisko.
And I'm Christian Hogan.
And here's what's happening at HMS.
Congratulations to the Hillwood Choirs.
All 4 choirs earned sweepstakes.
The highest possible ratings at UIL.
And congratulations to Zamira Massey, who was named Best Female Performer at last week's show choir competition, which included 22 middle schools from 3 different states.
Do you want to serve Hillwood and show your patriotism?
Join the 2020-2021 flag crew. See Mr. Chuck for more details.
It's not too late to get out of class at the end of the day.
Tickets for the basketball tournament will be on sale at the door today.
The Hillwood, New York trip takes off tomorrow morning.
We hope you have a great time.
Don't be late to the airport.
And don't forget to bring us back some souvenirs.
And that's the news. Here's what's happening at HMS.
Kristen
Finally!
I went to Texas State University.
The Texas State University.
Eat 'em up, cats.
For me, it came down to like the last minute decision. I had turned down a small school in Kansas to go play basketball, so I needed a school to go to. My friend from high school told me that he was going to Texas State and I should check it out. So I went down there, made a trip. I walked on campus and I fell in love with the campus instantly. So the next week, following Monday, I applied and got into Texas State that following Friday.
I decided to go to Texas State. My junior year, me and my 2 best friends went down to visit their older brother and just kind of got to walk around the campus. I was a little hesitant at first because we drove through like right next to the football stadium, and back then it was like the size of our high school football stadiums, and I went to Trinity, so I was a little nervous, like, oh, this is going to be really boring. But we had a good weekend, and I fell in love with the campus. It is gorgeous. There's a river going through it, and it was one of the best choices I ever made.
I would say probably my communications class. It was a relationship class. That's probably my favorite class because it was very, I guess, eye-opening. It wasn't a traditional class, I guess you could say, like math or English. We got to kind of learn about relationships and who you are as a person. So it really helped me out with that.
I had to think about that one for a second. My minor was health, and so probably 6 of my classes all came from one teacher. But one of the best classes I had was on drugs, like prescription drugs and all of that, learning what the mechanics of it, what the breakdown of them, and just kind of how it affects your body. And our health teacher was awesome.
I'll say I also took a basketball class, and I got to play basketball for an hour and a half, so that's probably number 2.
I took golf and tennis. Golf and tennis.
Well, the one thing I had to do to prepare was take the SAT. That was probably the second hardest test I've taken in my life. It was long, like 4 hours long in a freezing cold room.
So cold.
Yeah, early in the morning. It's like 8 a.m., so if you don't like getting up, oh well, tough it out. But it had like English, you had to write, you had to do math. I didn't take the ACT because I don't like science, so I didn't want to do that part. But that was mainly the biggest thing for me.
Mine was being involved. Colleges love to see that you're involved in things and you can manage and keep your grades up. I was student council president my senior year, and junior year kind of ran it because we had an absentee president. So I think just kind of learning how to communicate with peers and trying to just help make the campus better gave me some tools to get into Texas State, and it helped with my application.
The only thing I didn't get accepted to, I guess, was TCU, but I got waitlisted. But then they came back and offered me a spot, but it was like $45,000 a year, and I don't have money like that. Still don't have money like that. So that's the closest thing I didn't get to not accepted.
The only other school I applied at was A&M, and I got put on the wait list for A&M. I went to visit a friend at Tech one year and loved it, and almost decided to apply, but my sister said she would never come visit me, so because it's too far of a drive, so I decided not to. But technically, A&M is the only school that I got put on the wait list for.
The fight song I can't do. I can do the eat 'em. I can do the eat 'em up.
Yeah, I don't know the fight song. Do we even have a fight?
We do.
Song?
I don't even.
So it's
Texas on the left, and then you put the paw up. the claw up on the right, and it's eat 'em up, go cats go. Eat 'em up, go cats go.
Eat 'em up, go cats go. Got it.
I think they still have it now. Is where when you graduate, you jump in the river. I couldn't do that because I had too nice of clothes on. But I've seen most of my friends from Texas State, when they graduate, like right after the ceremony, they literally run down to the river.
Yeah.
That's right by the Coliseum, and they jump in the river.
Yep, I would say that was the biggest one.
And skipping class to go to the river. I did that a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I
So-
skip class a lot. I go to the river.
Yeah,
It was
because
worth
there's a
it.
big hill, and literally you're driving on the bus to get to class, and you see 200, 300 people just hanging out in their bathing suits, throwing frisbee with Frisbee Dan.
Frisbee Dan.
He's still there, rocking that Frisbee and Speedo. But everyone just hangs out.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but you learn a lot there.
Yes. Trying to balance, the hardest thing for me in college was trying to balance having a social life and having an academic life. Because in college you have way more freedom than you would in middle school or high school. Like, no one's there to tell you to go to class. You have all friends there within a vicinity of like 5 minutes. You have all kind of distractions, like going to the hill or going to play basketball at the rec instead of going to class. So that was the hardest thing for me, is just like sitting down and doing my homework and studying for tests, and still want to hang out with my friends and go out to different social events and just have fun.
I would agree. I think it's definitely hard being away from family if you're really close with them. But I would say the social piece and balancing school and your social life. Texas State, the year I got there, they got rid of Friday classes. So that meant you had classes Monday through Thursday, and then you just had to make it to Friday. And that was hard for a lot of people because they felt like now they had a 4-day week, a longer weekend. And so just balancing, all right, I got to get my stuff done Monday through Thursday, and then I can enjoy hang out with friends on the weekend and study. Would you agree? Did
Yeah.
they have no Friday classes for you?
My freshman year had one Friday class, but it was like super random. And then I didn't have anything my sophomore, junior year.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my senior year, the only class I needed to complete my minor in business was a Friday
Was a
class
Friday
at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was like you had classes, like 2, maybe 3 classes a day.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll be done by like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you had the whole day to just hang out. You want to go ahead?
The best thing for me was that I got to kind of learn who I was. It's when I met my husband. My last year, I graduated college in 3 years. So I was technically graduating at the same time my husband was on his 4th year. But we met there, and I'm just thankful for Texas State because now I have 2 beautiful little babies, and I got to meet my husband there.
The best thing about college for me is kind of like Harvey said, is I got to figure out who I was as a person. You grow up a lot between 18 and 22. You feel like it's only 4 years, but you do grow up a lot. I will say, just meeting friends that you get to keep for the rest of your life. I want to say, out of all my best men, I had, I think, 8, which is a lot. Most of them, 5 out of the 8 were guys I met from college. So you can meet people who are going to, be at your wedding. They're going to help you get jobs. It's just a really good time to grow as a person. And it's something you really don't get if you don't go to college, not knocking state, not going to college. But I loved it. I had a great time. San Marcos is a great college town, like a true college town. So you got to have that experience too. So that's what I would just say, growing as a person and the lifelong friends you get to meet.